Hello, thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to see all of you. Am I loud enough? You can hear me? Oh, I'm sorry. When I asked if I was loud enough, I was actually talking about the jacket, right? It's a little loud, right? Who gives a speech in peonies and poppies, right? The thing about it is I've been spending so much time in front of my computer that I don't even know what to wear to work anymore. Is it a zip-up polo? Is it pajamas, right? Who knows what to wear to work? Because the truth of the matter is, the world that we're in right now and the way we work has changed, right? Everything from the Great Disruption, the Great Resignation, the quiet quitting, and now wave after wave of layoffs. The work environment has changed, and more importantly, trust in those environments has been eroded. And if we are to do our best work, we've got to find a way to restore that trust. And I think we do that by creating ecosystems and work environments that allow us to do our best work where we feel safe. And I'm talking about psychological safety. How do we do that? Well, I would offer to you today that we dress for success. I know, mad corny, but just stay with me here for a minute. Because the word dress is actually an acronym for psychological safety. So let's unpack it. The D is dignity. There has got to be some measure of dignity in the work that we do. We've got to know that the work we're doing has some meaning, that it's meaningful, and we're making a difference, we're making an impact, and we're not just cranking out the donuts. Nothing wrong with donuts. I've had one or two myself. But what I'm saying is when we're doing our best work, that work has to be recognized and rewarded. That's why all those employee town halls and employee recognitions and all those events and raises, all those events that call attention to the good work that we do, creates a sense of dignity, recognition, and reward. Which leads me then to the other R in dress for success: recognition, reward, respect. Certainly, I don't think there's any relationship, personal, professional, or otherwise, without a measure of some respect in that relationship. And then there's reciprocity. Reciprocity. If someone is checking in on you, then you return the favor and you check in on them. I'll tell you a quick story. I recently started taking hot yoga classes where you do yoga poses for an hour in a room that's 100 degrees. You start glistening right away. And so I started feeling a little woozy about 15 minutes into the first class. So I stepped out of the hallway to catch my breath, to cool down. And the yoga instructor followed me out into the hallway. She left the class, she follows me out in the hallway, and she says to me, get this, she says, "I just want you to know you're not alone." Oh my gosh, how that made me feel seen, right? How that motivated me to pay that forward, right? The next time I see a coworker or a friend, someone who's struggling, hey, how you doing? And don't just say, fine, I'm fine. Don't give me the short answer. I'm here for the long of it. I really want to know. Let's chop this up. Or a coworker, it doesn't have to be that complicated. Something like, hey, I noticed your camera was off the Zoom call this morning. You were kind of quiet. Everything good? You want to get some time on the calendar to talk about anything? Maybe make a latte run? Or how about just checking in on you? I see you. Or my favorite, I care. Because people don't care what you know until they know that you care. Respect, recognition, reward, and reciprocity is the R in Dress for Success. The E, equality. Everybody has a full opportunity, a fair shot, full stop. A fair opportunity to be seen, heard, and valued, to be mentored, to be rewarded, to have a seat at the table, to use their voice, to be seen. Equality is the E. Which then leads us to the two S's. There's security and there's safety. And let me explain, because I often get asked this, the difference between the two. There's a practical sense of security, right? Where all the IT guys are like chasing you down to make sure you do your malware training and your phishing training to keep the computer systems secure. There's the car key that buzzes you in and out of the building. That's practical applications of security. Psychological security involves a measure of vulnerability and empathy. So that if I say I don't know, I'm not afraid that I'll be ridiculed by my team. If I ask for help, I'm not afraid my team will view me as the weak link. And if I disagree, I can do so without being kicked off the cool kids' lunch table or disinvited from the virtual happy hour, right? There's vulnerability and there's empathy. Psychological security is that I am secure enough in my team to welcome diversity of thought. And studies show teams that utilize diversity of thought are more innovative, creative, more collaborative, and productive and successful. The research is replete on this. Diversity of thought creates the security in our teams. And then the last S is safety. Safety, and that again, in the practical sense, is what we saw during the pandemic, right? The hand washing and the sanitizers, the masks, the distancing, we saw all of that during the pandemic. But to me, safety means nothing bad is going to happen to me because of where I'm from, how I look, or who I am. See, your ancestors may have come from a different part of the world than I have, or there may be some people who English is a first, second, or third language. They may identify differently than they present. They might need a little extra time navigating a set of stairs, or they might have to put on a pair of readers to read the slide deck. None of that should negate our ability to contribute to the team. Because you see, psychologically safe spaces are spaces where people feel like they belong. Isn't that what we all want? To belong? And we can get there through dignity, through respect, reciprocity, reward and recognition, equality, security, and safety. Dressing for success will create those safe spaces and help us do our very best work. Help us feel a sense of belonging. I want to thank you for your time today. It's been really great talking to you. I'm going to go check my calendar to see where else I can wear this jacket. Thank you very much. I'm Roxane Battle.